Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to learn how to use the order of operations. We've got 4 success criteria, and the first one is to understand the order of operations. So to start with, work out the answer to this calculation in your head. Once you've worked it out, check the answer on the calculator and see if you get the same answer. If you did get the same answer and you got it right, that's because you used the order of operations. To help us remember the order of operations, we can use the acronym BIDMAS. BIDMAS tells us what order to do things in. So the first thing we do is brackets, then we do indices, then division and multiplication, then addition and subtraction. So we do brackets first, then indices, then division or multiplication, whichever comes first, and then addition or subtraction, whichever comes first. Have a go at these questions. For each calculation, write a list of the order in which you would perform the operations. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see your answers, press play. Okay, so here are your answers. For the red one, we do the multiplication and then addition. For the amber, we do the addition, then multiplication. For the yellow one, we do the subtraction, then addition. For the green one, we do the division, then the addition. For the blue question, we'd need to do the indices, then the multiplication, then the addition. For the purple question, we do the multiplication, then the division, then the addition. And for the pink question, we do the indices, then the division, then the addition. Now we've completed success criteria 1. So now we're going to move on to number 2, and this is to use the order of operations with addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So let's have a look at this question again. So this time we're going to use BIDMAS to answer it. So if we go through each letter individually. So B for brackets, well there are no brackets. I for indices, there are no indices. Then we look at division and multiplication together, and there's a multiplication. So that's what we do first. So we do 4 times 2, which is 8, and then we bring everything else down. So now we have a look at addition and subtraction. So we do the addition. So the answer is 11. Let's have a look at this question. So we're going to use BIDMAS. Well, there's no brackets, there's no indices, but there is multiplication. So that's what we do first. So we do 4 times 5, which is 20, and bring down everything else. It's important to keep everything in the correct order. Then we do the addition and subtraction. Now we do this in the order that it's given in the question. So we do 5 take away 3 first, which is 2, and then we add 20. So the answer is 22. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. There's your green answers, and there's your amber answers. Now we've completed success criteria 2. So now we're going to move on to number 3, and this is to use the order of operations with indices and brackets. If you struggle with indices, have a watch of our video on indices to help you remember what to do. So just as a reminder, indices or powers 2 to the power of 3 means 2 times 2 times 2. So the answer is 8. The root. If there's no number in front of the root, then it just means you do the square root. So the square root of 81 is 9, because 9 times 9 is 81. To find the fourth root of 16, this number means you need to think of a number that multiplies by itself this many times to get the number inside the root. So what number times by itself 4 times makes 16? And the answer is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So let's have a look at this question. So we're going to use BIDMAS. Well, there's no brackets. There are indices, which is the 3 squared, so that means 3 times 3, which is 9. So we bring everything else down. Then we do the division and multiplication, and there's multiplication, so we do that. 9 times 4 is 36, and then bring everything else down. And then we can do the addition and subtraction. So there's addition, and 12 plus 36 is 48. So the answer is 48. So let's have a look at this question. So again, we're going to use BIDMAS, and we've got brackets, so we need to do that first. So 3 plus 5 is 8, and we bring everything else down, keeping it in that order. There's no indices. Then we do division and multiplication, and there's multiplication. So we do 8 times 8, which is 64, and we bring down the takeaway 2. So the last thing we do is the addition and subtraction. So 64 minus 2 is 62. Here's a question for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So for this question, if we look at BIDMAS, well, there's no brackets. We've got indices, 2 squared, which is 2 times 2, so that's 4. Then we look at division and multiplication, and we've got multiplication. So 3 times 4 is 12. We bring everything else down. Then we do the addition and subtraction. Now remember to do the addition and subtraction in the order in which it is in the question. So we do 22 take away 12, which is 10, and then we add 5. So the answer is 15. Here's another question for you to have a go at. Again, pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So let's go through this one. Again, we're going to use BIDMAS. So we've got brackets, and we've got 2 things to do in the brackets, so we need to do the multiplication before we do the addition. So 2 times 5 is 10, and bring everything else down, keeping it in the same order. Then we've still got brackets, so we need to do 3 plus 10, which is 13, and bring everything else down. We've not got any indices. Then we do the division and multiplication. So 10 times 13, which is 130. And then we do the addition. So 130 plus 3 is 133. Here are some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to mark your work, press play. Here are your answers. There's your green answers, there's your amber answers, and there's your red answers. The greens made Dumbo, the ambers made Matilda, and the red's made Harry Potter. So now we've completed success criteria 3. So now we're going to move on to number 4, and this is to use the order of operations to complete calculations. So we want to put the brackets in the right place for the answer to be correct. So where do we put the brackets to make this calculation correct? Well, we need to put them here. So that tells us that we do 15 take away 3 before we do 3 divided by 2. 15 take away 3 is 12, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. So we put them in the correct place. Here's some questions for you to have a go at. Pause the video, and when you're ready to see what you should have done, press play. So let's go through these. We need to put the brackets in the correct place. So the brackets need to go here on the first one. 6 plus 3 is 9, and 4 times 9 is 36. On the second question, brackets need to go here. 5 plus 6 is 11, and 11 times 4 is 44. On the next one, the brackets need to go here. So 13 take away 6 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, and 12 plus 14 is 26. And on the last question, the brackets need to go here. 6 plus 3 is 9, 45 divided by 9 is 5, and 5 plus 2 is 7. And now we've completed success criteria 4. So now that we've completed the last objective, it's time to end the video. Hope you enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. Make sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out the other videos on the rest of the channel. I'll see you next time. See ya.